All right, I'm going to do my second oral annotation. So, for my second article, I chose an essay about the darker sides of hypermobility. And the argument can be found in the abstract. And I think this sentence shows what it's arguing. And it says in this critical review, deeply embedded mechanisms of social glamorization of mobility are uncovered and juxtaposed with what we call a darker side of hypermobility, including physiological, psychological, emotional, and social costs of mobility for individuals and societies. And what this is saying is that our society has become so dependent on transportation and it's become so glamorized that we don't really see the consequences of it because it's such normal in our lives now. And for the method, it says um, we offer a synthesis of studies of business and leisure travel, transport, and network capital, including a review of processes that glamorize mobility, and in juxtaposition, a discussion of the negative consequences of corporal mobility in order to provide a reinterpretation of frequent travel. And I think this essay is more of like a summary of what has been found and the research that has been done, and it's sort of putting all of these ideas into one essay. And the evidence can be found more or less throughout the paper, like through these like citations. And then obviously at the end, there's a really long list of references that they used as evidence and that proved to be their research. Um, the findings can be found in the results section, which is also towards the bottom. And for the results section, I think, or for the findings, I'm sorry. For the findings, I think this is more about showing the consequences of hypermobility that goes into detail about the physiological, psychological, and emotional, and even social aspects that I talked about in the beginning. And those can be found right here, social, and goes on psychological and emotional, and even physiological consequences. And the implications can be found in the discussion, which is towards the end, or the conclusion. And I think the importance of this essay is to ultimately change transport behavior. And I think just as a society as a whole, we need to become more aware of the consequences of traveling and what kind of effects it can have on us and be proactive at avoiding these health effects. And I plan to use this essay. I'm planning on looking through more of the references and the research that was done. This is more of like a review. There's a lot of good, interesting stuff in here, but I think the references might serve more of a purpose.